Hey guys, I'm going to show you today how to go onto the eResources database and highlight articles and save them in the correct format so that you can highlight your notes easily for the research paper. You'll use this for other classes potentially. It's a super awesome feature that we get for free from our school, so I'm going to walk you through that. The first step is that you have to go to Lock and Key. So I'm going to do that here on the Andover High School homepage. And of course, that takes us to the login page. Sometimes this page gets a little finicky because so many people are using it. So just refresh the page and try again. All right, I'm obviously going to have way more icons than you because I'm an employee here, but they are in alphabetical order. So you go down and you find eResources here, which looks like a little web page, and you click that. Once you've opened up eResources, they're again going to be listed alphabetically. If you open up your research packet, which I have here for you, I have listed for you on page 2 some of the databases that I would recommend. My personal favorite is the U.S. History in Context because, again, we're focused on U.S. history during this research. So the one trick to find this one is it starts with Gale with a G. They want to confuse us apparently, so sorry about that. But right here, it's Gale in Context U.S. History. So you click that link and it's going to take you to the database. Any article or source that you find in this database is going to be credible. It's already been checked. So it's a really great place to start your research so that you don't have to worry about dropping into something that isn't worth using in a research paper. All right, so now I've got my search bar. I'm going to search for my topic, which is migrant workers in the 1930s. Potentially that search won't work for me, but I'll keep trying. But look at that. I've got this encyclopedia and it's US economic history. It's defining migrant workers for me. Seems like it could be a really useful source for me. So I'm going to open up that source. And what I can do now is right in the source without doing anything else, I can start playing around with annotating and highlighting. So let's say that this is a quote that I want to use. Right? I highlight it like I would anything else, and up pops this little menu. Highlight, and I can choose my colors. Sometimes I recommend that students they assign each paragraph of their paper a different highlighting color, and then they highlight information using those colors to stay organized. That's very type A, but it's something that I like to do. Certainly don't have to do that. All right, so I choose green because it's my favorite color. The other thing that I can do is I can click on this Notes tab, and this is where I can add my annotations. So let's say that I want to use this in my introduction. Could be an interesting hook. That's all I'm looking for with annotations. Telling me how you might use that source, telling me why you chose it. Just a reminder so that when you go through all your notes, you remember what everything is and where you want to put it. It's just helping you in the long run. So then I click Save. I go down a little bit further. Let's say that I also want to save this. I'm not even reading it right now, so it could be crap. But right now, I'm just demonstrating this. So then I'm going to say, use this in historical context paragraph. Okay? And I can spell. There we go. Save. I read this article. It's quite short. And I decide that I'm ready to save it to my Google Drive. And so what I do is I go up here to this menu bar and I click Highlights and Notes. They pop up. I can see these are the things I've already done in this. So I say View All. And it takes me to my highlights and notes. Here's an important step that I don't want you to miss because it's just going to be more work later. Change the format to APA. We are doing a research paper, therefore we're using APA. What that does for you is it makes sure that this citation, which eventually you'll be putting in your references page, is already ready to go and formatted correctly. Next, to save this into your drive and to make sure that you don't lose it, you go up here to Send To, and you click Google Drive. It's going to ask you which account you want to send it to, so choose your school one, obviously. And it says documents have been sent to Google Drive and will appear shortly. I hit OK. All right, so then I keep doing my research. I open different articles. I do the same thing. And eventually I'm ready to go and I'm ready to find them. Another note I want to make for you is that if you don't download your annotations after each article, there's a chance that you will lose them. It's an annoying thing about the system. It's not my favorite, but it's fact. So if you don't want to waste your time or potentially lose a bunch of really great notes that you've taken, just download them after every article instead of waiting. All right, so that's my tip to you. When you're ready to find them eventually, then you are going to your Google Drive. The easiest way to find them is to go under Recent, and you're going to see that your notes will pop up. They'll be labeled highlighted articles, and here they are. So if I choose to open them with Google Docs, then I can open them and move them to the folder that I want them to be in, rename the document to potentially the article title, something like that. And suddenly, so much of my work is done. And then when I come around and I check your research, you can just open up these documents and show me all the work that you did. So that is how to use the database highlighting tools. If you have more questions, see me in class. Thanks, guys.